Hey guys, it's Brian from 2Fab here. Today we are with the one and only Gia Gunn. We're going to talk about all things Drag Race All-Stars Season 4 and your return, which is very exciting. I can't wait to watch the new season. We haven't seen any preview episodes yet, so I am just in the dark as everyone else. But first, I guess just talk a little bit about coming back to the show. Were you surprised that you were asked to come back, and did you have any hesitations at all?
100%. I was only hesitant simply because of RuPaul's comments about not having trans people on her show. That obviously made me feel not the best, but I chose to return because I knew that this was an opportunity for me to represent my trans brothers and sisters that participate in the art of drag, and also just to show the world and RuPaul as well, the person that I've grown to become, and also how I've also grown as a queen. Obviously, it being a drag show, people really want to see your drag, people really want to see how you have evolved. I think for me, the biggest evolvement for me has been more on the personal side, with my self-discovery, then leading to my transition, which has made me a bigger and better queen altogether. And you know, I've always been told to say yes to every opportunity in life. I think life only happens once, and if, you know, All Stars is validating me as a queen to be on their show here in All Stars 4, why not?
Yeah. Now, I was looking at your Instagram, and one of the things that I really liked was a post that you did where you said you are excited and thankful to be doing Drag Race again in your true skin. Can you just talk a little bit about that? How different did it feel when you stepped into the workroom this time?
Well, looking back on season 6, I think I was a very hateful person. I was very insecure. I was not sure of really what I was getting myself into. And I didn't realize that I was actually using drag as a way to have the world identify me as a woman, or to be able to express myself in a feminine manner. And of course, you know, the art of drag appealed to me, but it was a little bit more than just that for me. Looking back, I don't regret anything that I did on season 6, but I do know that that was not obviously who I am today. My thought processes were very different. My goals in life were very different. And my identity was different. So I think for any person in general, drag queen or not, trans or not, you know, being your 100% authentic self is always going to bring you great things in life. And I, by all means, am not 100% done with growing into my own. I think us as people, we're forever growing, we're forever learning, and every day I'm learning more about myself as a woman, and also what drag really means to me.
And how do you think the fans are going to embrace you this time around as well?
Well, depending on my edit, because I did definitely stir the pot a little bit, and I definitely am giving Gia Gunn 100% 2.0.
All right.
So I'm not exactly sure, but I know that I am entertaining. I definitely am witty. Nothing about me in that sense has really changed, which I think the fans will either hate or love me.
Drag Race is worldwide now. I mean, the popularity for this show is insane, but I think there has always been more that the gay community needs to do for the T in LGBT.
I can agree 110%. I think I know that as I have grown into my own, become more in touch with my community, which I'm not even, sadly, that in touch with, because I've been so focused on the gay culture and the drag culture, which unfortunately, up until Pose and now me being on All Stars and things like that, we haven't really seen this, you know, LGBT part of the community in mainstream culture or shows like Drag Race. And I just think it's time that women like myself and many other activists and artists that are out there, that we come forward and not only show our beauty, as beauty I think is a big part of being transgender, but it's certainly not everything. And I think for those of us that do obtain platforms and those of us that do, you know, have things like Drag Race or Pose or, you know, any of these other big television shows, it's good for us to be able to vocalize and help also advocate for the community as well.
I was going to say, and now since you are out there, do you feel this responsibility to be a role model for people that are watching?
You know, definitely more than I ever did before. I always knew that I was a role model for kids, but I always kind of felt silly because not that drag is a joke, but for me, I felt silly that these kids were looking up to me for absolutely and let me feel my oats and just being this, you know, character. And now I know that I am giving our youth, you know, faith, which I think is super important, something that I didn't really have growing up, which actually kept me from transitioning and becoming my own for so long because I was so scared. I didn't really have any positive role models to look up to. And now that I know that I am kind of converting into this activist and being someone that advocates for our community and also, you know, is participating in the drag culture, I hope that I can mesh all that together and continue to inspire people on a much more accelerated level, whether it be through my voice, my show, or interviews like this.
Yeah, I think it's an important story to tell because it's not one that we see every season or every day.
When it comes to Drag Race, yes. And I also think even compared to other trans stories that we're hearing, I think, or not hearing, you know, I think we're not hearing a lot of people's stories because for some people, it's too much for them to share. Or it brings up, you know, too much darkness. Or it brings up uncomfortable feelings for people. And I do, you know, I have to give myself credit for actually being able to be strong and hold back, you know, my fears of being out there, knowing that by maybe me sacrificing a little bit of my own insecurity and being a little bit vulnerable is then helping somebody else getting closer to their journey or accomplishing whatever goal it may be. You know, I think change is something that we all fear in life, whether it be a change of your gender, a change of your job, or a change of, you know, a diet. I think it's all something we fear. And if I can help people embrace change in their life, I think I'm doing an okay job.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to see what happens also this season.
What are you most excited for this All-Stars for?
Oh, I don't know. I just want to see all the looks.
You want to see the looks?
Yeah.
It always comes down to the looks.
It's true. It's sad but true.
Exactly. It's the world that we live in. Hence why I got all glammed up for you today.
You look fantastic. Thank you for coming in here.
Thank you.
RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 4 premieres Friday, December 14th on VH1. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
See you guys. Happy holidays.